Yo guys, welcome back to this Minecraft civilization sort of building series, and this is going to continue the desert series. I want to go through all of my desert buildings and show you how to build them. And today we're going to be doing this stable. It's like a nice, I don't know if it's like Egyptian or African sort of like desert building style, but you're going to need a concrete powder color of your choice to match the rest of your town's accent, and then just the general sandstone blocks. Alright, so we're going to have 4 pillars. You're going to start with your concrete powder, and then you're going to go 5 blocks for each other pillar and place it on the 6th block. So here I placed this concrete powder on the wrong pillar, so this is just a warning. I will fix it later in the video. But 5 blocks and place it on the 6th block. You're going to surround your concrete powder with some sandstone slabs for just decoration, and then you're going to go up by 6 sandstone blocks on each pillar. Well, up by 5, they're going to be 6 tall in total. Building's hard, fellas, and then you're gonna cover it on top with cut sandstone, and that's what it'll look like. And then you're gonna build arches underneath using sandstone, 2 sandstone stairs, a slab, and then a block in each corner. And then because of the spacing of the arches, it will line up perfectly. And I have to redo my 4th and final pillar because my arch was messed up. So that's a good way to know if yours are spaced correctly or not. And it should look like that when you get it done. Here's without the HUD. So on the 2 edges of the building, you're going to build a spire with a sandstone, a concrete powder, 3 more sandstone, then a cut sandstone, and then you're going to surround that. Not like I do here, but around the base of that top block, and then you're going to add sandstone walls around it to add like this nice little spire, and you're going to do that on both sides. And when you're done, it'll look something like this. So then from your 2 spires, you're going to go inward by 5 blocks again, basically making another arch, but going inward. And then you're going to use the same arch technique using the stairs and the slab in the middle to make another arch. And you're going to do this on both sides. And then you're going to go back by 10 blocks to make the back wall of the building. Just go around. And then you'll end up with 2 arches and this kind of like foundation. And it'll look something like this when you're done, and then you can raise all the blocks up. So you raise all of the blocks up, and then you're gonna add your cut sandstone kind of like outline to it to give you that eye-popping sort of thing. The next part is simple enough. You're just gonna fill in the roof with smooth sandstone, so like nice smoothie, and then use cut sandstone slabs around the perimeter, like 1 block in, for another like indented sort of accent. This next part is kind of important. As you see on the original stable, what I'm about to do is on the very edge of the building, but what I do here, I do it indented by 1, and that's kind of a mistake. So I would recommend doing this part on the back wall, but you build a 6 tall cut sandstone spire, and then you go in by 9 blocks and do another one, and then you're gonna basically build this formation where you're making like a little structure. So you go in by 2, then you go by 4, by 2 again, and you'll end up with this. Then you're going to fill in the walls, and on the sides, you're going to do it right against the pillars. But then from like the front and back, you're going to do it sort of indented by 1 again. So like you have a little perception of depth. And then you can feel free to add doors and windows to it. But this is what it should look like once you fill it in. And then you're going to take your concrete powder for your ultimate color accent and just put it around the top. That's why we didn't raise it up to the top of the pillar. And then for more detail, you can add cut sandstone slabs around the edges and then in the little crevices of the depth that you made for even more depth. And then you're going to use smooth sandstone stairs on top of your color to make it look eye-catchy. You fill in your roof level with the concrete powder, and then you can add another color accent. So like if you're flying around on your elytra, you can see this pop of color from above, or if like from up in the deserty mountains. And then you can fill in your roof, and then you're going to add walls on top of the pillars, and then you can also add walls on top of the color. And depending on how you built this building, like you can obviously do variations on it. You'll end up with sort of a dome and then walls, and it's different from the original stable because obviously I built that one on the back wall and this one was indented by 1, so you can have variation in your build. Go ahead and drop off some windows and doors where you feel appropriate using smooth sandstone stairs. You can add them on the front, back, and do whatever kind of design you think looks best. Down between the 2 center pillars at the bottom, you're going to go 7 in, to make a little pen. You can add more pins if you want. The decoration's all up to you. But on the side, you're going to just use smooth stairs to make a staircase all the way up to the top. And then next to each stair, you're going to use a cut sandstone block and then slab on top of it to make like a cool railing. And then you're just going to fill it in with sandstone underneath. And then up top, you're going to want to make a platform, obviously. Lots of like different ways you could do this, but just like a simple, anything that works just to get you up top. It looks cooler than a ladder, and it kind of fits with the desert aesthetic of like this nice stairway on the side. So there's what the building looks like by itself without any decoration. The top was a little bit different than the top on this other one, and I think the top on the other one's better because it looks more set back. You have more space up top, like on the balcony. So do it on the back wall and not one out like how I did on this recreation. But here's what it looks like with decoration, and it looks really good. Looks very similar to the other one. Here's kind of some decoration tips using smooth stairs and like a little square with some water in it. Waterlogged, you can make like a water trough, and then the composters with some stuff in it looks like some food or some poop barrels. Item frames with saddles looks nice. Cauldrons with water, hay bales, just growing wheat, lanterns for light like anvils and barrels, and just stuff that would be inside a stable. Make it, and then on the side we have bamboo growing. Bamboo like really works in the desert for some reason. You can just customize its height with string and bone meal. You can have chest storage up on the side. Have this nice view to look at the town from like the balcony. You can add other stuff up here. But in the top is like the living quarters where you have like the art and like the books, and just like where the person lives and keeps their personal belongings and stuff. So yeah, this is the stable. I'll give you a closer look at the other one as well. Just like lots of different variants and decoration, but each build is unique, so I hope you guys do some cool stuff with your stable if you make this. You can do different window designs, different door designs, different bookshelf designs. There's so much you can do in this game. So yeah, this is the desert, and I hope to make more desert videos as well, and then move on to other biomes and make different stables and whatnot. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you around.